Good evening, everybody. I'm Chris, the Batman statue collector, and welcome back once again to Rogues Gallery Live. And good evening once again. Like I said, this is Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 139, and we have a stack show tonight. We're really excited that you're all here. Hope you're all having a great week. And again, welcome to the show. We have Mr. Matt Martin here with us tonight.
Hey.
How's it going, Matt?
Doing great. How you guys doing?
Doing all right. And I like, let's say Wayne Manor, Florida. I like that. Very good. Dan is not with us tonight. He is under the weather. Unfortunately, he was looking forward to tonight's show, but he just couldn't make it because he's not well. So anyway, we wish him the best. And in his stead, we have Matt, of course. And so we're thankful that Matt's here. We also have no introductions needed. Miss Susan's back with us tonight. How's it going, Susan?
Hi, good. How are you guys? I'm happy to be back.
Glad to have you back. Welcome to the show. We also have Jeff. I feel like you're in the wrong spot. Should he be in the middle? I don't know. It feels weird. I guess maybe we'll put Eric over there in the corner. So anyway,
I'm general purpose. I'll go anywhere. So.
That's right. Well, we have Mr. Jeff Morris in the house. How's it going, Jeff?
I'm good. Still here.
Still here. We're glad to have you. I know you've been real busy lately, but we're always glad to have you on the show. We also have now back on the other corner here, we got Eric B. from All Things Art. How's it going?
Doing good. A little out of breath. I just ran upstairs to do a quick costume change.
All right. Well, as I say, it's not Halloween yet, but that's all right. And then last but certainly not least, we have from the Secret Sanctuary, this guy right here, Mr. Jeff Delaney.
Hi.
We were just finding out before the show that you have been abandoned by your family.
Yeah, they're in York, Maine, eating lobster and probably very cold, I would imagine.
Well, I would bet so. It's really weird. So, when you think of Kansas, you don't think of skiing, but we actually in Kansas City, there's actually a ski resort, and they, pump in fake snow and everything, but it's been too warm here. And so my family goes there every year. But this year the ski resort part was shut down because of the weather, and they still have a tubing hill. So our whole family went tubing this last weekend. And I filmed it all and documented it. So if anybody wants to check that out, it'll be up on the channel. But it was a lot of fun. So again, you don't think of skiing and stuff with Kansas, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's cool.
We were going about 45 miles an hour down the hill. So it's pretty fun.
Oh my God.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and none of us died. So that's a good thing, I think.
It's
Yeah,
vacation.
that's pretty much it.
Taste
That's
on the
right.
saucer.
That's right. Well, we're still all recovering from MegaCon. It was really great to hang out with you guys. And, of course, Susan, it was awesome. Did you have a great time at the show?
Oh my God, it was such a fun show. I didn't know what I was expecting going in, but it wound up being a really great and fun show. And especially seeing all of you guys and meeting Eric for the first time was so great. And Matt, yeah, I met Matt too.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, it was a lot of fun, and I feel like, to me, I had so much fun. I kind of want to make it a yearly trip. I feel like that's just something I feel like that would be a lot of fun to do. But we had a great time. A lot of art and artists, and we had some really awesome dinners, and it was just a really, really great time. We did Disney. That was a lot of fun too, which was great, hanging out with everybody for the day. So anyway, again, welcome everybody to the show. What's going on with you guys? Anything new going on?
No, not me. I'm good.
I'm good.
Nothing new.
Usual tune up.
Yeah, it's storming in California, so just trying to deal with the electricity going out all the time. So if you lose me, that's why.
All right. Well, it's I'm famous on this channel for doing this. So hopefully my internet doesn't freeze, so we'll be in good company, I guess. So anyway, right at the top of the show, we've got about 100 people watching right now already, so thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I do want to just make an announcement at the beginning of the show. So we're gonna have a great show tonight, but next show, episode number 140, is going to be a pretty amazing show as well. We're going to have Jason Fabok and Jeff Johns are joining us. They're going to be talking about Ghost Machine, which I'm very excited about. And of course, the whole crew will be here. And so you're going to want to make sure you join us on the next show. And that is going to be 2 weeks from tonight on March 6th. Oh, I have an echo all of a sudden. I'm not sure where I'm hearing it now. So, but anyway, I just wanted to show everybody that, let's see. You still hear it, guys? Yep.
Yeah.
I've heard it the whole time since I signed on.
Me too.
Yeah, same.
All right, let me just I'm going to do a real quick test here. Test.
Sounds good.
All right, that was I muted yours, Matt.
Okay.
So I think it must. Let me double check.
It sounds like his mic is picking up the speakers.
Maybe so. Maybe just turn your speakers down a little.
Yep. Let's see.
Okay. I'm not sure if that'll make a difference, but test. Nope, still hear it. I'm going to mute you one more time, Matt. Test.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Yeah.
See, I don't know what it is. It's like before we didn't have that. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not when you talk, Matt.
Yeah, now it sounded okay.
Yeah, now it sounds fine.
See, it's weird.
Yeah.
Is it only when I talk?
Yep.
Now. Test.
It's
Yeah,
only
a
when
little
Chris talks.
It's
Yeah.
only when Chris talks.
All right, Chris, be quiet the rest of the show.
Eric can host the show. So, yeah.
That's right. And good night, everybody. Well, anyway, I don't know what that was. So anyway, I just wanted to say that that show will be next show. Jason Favok and Jeff Johns. I'm really excited to have them on, two megastars, and we really enjoyed hanging out with them at MegaCon, which was just an unbelievable event that we were lucky enough to attend and talk with
It's a
those
pretty
boys.
good
But
get, Chris.
yeah, I was going to say, like, we
You're
were.
downplaying it. This is kind of a big deal.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
okay,
a
yeah, it's a
huge
little-
deal.
It's a big deal. So, we had this dinner and we were talking with them. And first of all, they were randomly going to come to our meet and greet. They were going to show up, but then the booth got crazy and they weren't able to come, which was, it is what it is. So I thought that was going to be amazing in itself. But then, when they said, hey, let's do Rogues and let's do it and let's talk about it. Because, again, Ghost Machine is their new project where they're owners. Like they are it's kind of like Image back in the day, like where they own everything. And they wanted the best artists, and so they're starting this brand new thing, and it's really exciting. So we wanted to bring them on to talk about it, and yeah, it's going to be awesome. So, and I'm going to do a statue giveaway during that show as well. So please make sure you tune in. You're not going to want to miss it. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, just to get your reaction, we haven't really talked about any of this stuff, but I wanted to show you that this was kind of this last couple weeks, Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty impressive cast, I would say.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the announcement for Fantastic Four? We were talking before the show, Matt and I and Jeff, about how the latest offering for Marvel has not done very well. That was a Sony film, from what we've heard. Have any of you seen Madam Web yet?
No.
Well, and what did you think? Like, because again, we've not heard great things. It's apparently it's worse than Morbius, is what they're saying. I don't know, but
I didn't see Morbius.
okay. So what did you think?
It's a weird little movie. It's not as bad as some people led me to believe. I would give it like a 6, maybe, on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
It's perfectly watchable, but there are some weird things. I have a feeling that they changed the villain a lot, because almost all of his dialogue is dubbed. His lips are almost never on screen when he's talking.
Oh.
I have a feeling they rewrote his part after production and AR'd it in. And,
Do we know who the bad guy is? Is that a spoiler, or do we?
I don't think he's from the comics or anything. I think he's a new invention.
He's supposed to be based on.
Yeah. He's based on a character in the comics, but also they also put so much in the trailer that you didn't spoil anything that wasn't in the trailer.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's,
We were talking before the show.
Look Spider-Man-esque because they can't use Spider-Man. So the closest you could get was a young Uncle Ben.
That's crazy. We all thought the trailer looked really good.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Or
there's also
goodish.
there's also weird
Good-ish,
things
yeah.
about it. Like there are a few scenes where the villain just inexplicably is barefoot.
Okay.
Like there's a scene in the trailer where they're on a subway or a train, and he comes in to get them, and he's wearing like a blazer and slacks, but he's barefoot, and there's absolutely no explanation as to why this guy's barefoot. It's really weird.
Okay.
But if you were like the thing I always think about is not every movie is targeted to a super wide audience. If you're a 10-year-old girl, 11, 12-year-old girl, this might be a great movie for you.
Yeah.
It's a very female-centric film. I think Dakota Johnson does a pretty good job with a mediocre script. She kind of gives some punch to the dialogue that's not really there on the page, I don't think. Okay. She's likable.
She is. I really like her, like as a person.
Yeah,
I like her.
She's a good actress.
Sydney Sweeney is like, it's like, what are you doing in this movie? It's really kind of off type for her, especially her current, she's kind of like the it girl right now.
Mm-hmm.
She has this kind of small part where she plays kind of this mousy teenager. But it's perfectly watchable with the family. It is not your typical Marvel movie. And then at the end, they really try to shoehorn in setting up a sequel, and that falls kind of flat. But I had just seen Lisa Frankenstein a few days before. I hated it.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard everyone in my life tell me I need to see that movie because it's so good.
Oh my God. So I'm a Deborah Cody fan, but I felt like, literally for me, every joke failed. I didn't even crack a smile throughout that entire movie. And there were a couple of times when I literally groaned out loud over something in the movie.
Yikes.
I really didn't like it at all. So I kind of went into Madam Web with that in my mind. So maybe that helps me like it a little bit more than some people have.
Interesting. Okay.
I like both of them that are in Lisa Frankenstein. I love that girl.
Yeah, I love both of them in Lisa Frankenstein too. Yeah. That's why I was like, I planned on seeing it.
Well, see it and let me know what you think. I'm really curious. Okay. For me, it just failed miserably.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like we're all gonna have to wait for Netflix.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Mike Hobbs. He did a $20 Canadian super chat. Thank you very much, Mike. Mike is doing he did a guest review for the Catwoman on Batpod, the 6-scale piece. He offered his opinion and I offer mine in the video, so it should be up probably in the next day or so, maybe tomorrow. But he said, tonight's show is brought to us in party by the people who like, subscribe, become a member, and super chat the channel. Thanks, Chris, and everyone else who contributes, comments, and keeps the positive vibes going. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Mike. It's very much appreciated, and it means a lot to me that you guys appreciate the positive vibes. So that's really important to me. So thank you very, very much. Thank you for the super chat. And now we'll get back to what we started with here. We started with this right here. So again, the Fantastic Four. I think it's a great cast. So again, what do you guys think of the overall casting, and what are you looking forward to with this movie?
I honestly can't be happier with this casting. Like I am not like, I like the Fantastic Four in the comics. I'm not the biggest Fantastic Four fan of the comics, but Vanessa Kirby playing Sue Storm to me is like the star of this, even though everyone's talking about Pedro Pascal. But Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm is going to steal this show. I guarantee it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about the cast. Like, I love Stranger Things. I love The Bear. I love everything about this cast. Like, I'm a total fangirl. I fangirled out so hard about it. And I'm just like, you brought it on, and I'm just like, I can't be happier about this entire cast. Like, I'm so stoked. I understand that there's like some mixed feelings about Pedro Pascal just because like he's not the traditional Reed Richards and what he necessarily is or looks like or anything. I feel like he's going to be a more likable Reed, which makes me happy because I don't like Reed. He's kind of a dick most of the time.
Yeah. He's an ass. Yeah.
So
that was my thing.
Yeah. I'm hoping that we get a more likable Reed, and that I'm really stoked for Vanessa Kirby as Sue. I think she's going to steal the show.
So I've only seen her in one thing, and that was the Mission Impossible movie, which I loved. I thought that was such a great part one. Is there other things that I should see that she's in? Like I just haven't seen her in other things.
So she's in the first 2 seasons of The Crown, which I know isn't like the most exciting thing. She's so good.
She's
Princess
so
Margaret.
Good. I had no idea who she was.
Right.
Till I read her IMDb, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Princess Margaret. And I mean, that was the most, her and
Claire Foy.
Yeah, but played Princess Margaret older.
Oh, Helena Bonham Carter.
Yes.
Yes.
They both, and I mean, they were such a good aging from one, playing the same character.
I know, and they play. Oh God.
But she was really good as the young Margaret in that. And I think she'll be able to do this.
I think like I said, I think she's going to like be the sleeper hit of this cast because you have like someone like obviously Johnny Storm is a huge personality. Joseph Quinn played a huge personality in Stranger Things, like stole that show with his character in Stranger Things, Eddie. And then you have, oh my God, even with his big, huge last name that I can't think of right now, in The Bear, who again, Richie steals the show in The Bear, and I think she's going to be the sleeper hit. Hobbs and Shaw, she's also great in Hobbs and Shaw. She's
right there.
She's so good. I just think she's going to be she's going to steal.
Justin mentioned that he likes Pedro, but not feeling him as Reed. He wished he could have been Doom, and that I think Doom would have been kind of cool too. But again, he's just another guy behind a mask. So
but I wouldn't.
He's Mandalorian.
I just don't know if he can be. Can he be mean enough?
Yeah, as a lady who likes Pedro Pascal's face, I don't want him to play Doom.
Yeah,
not
that's
that
right.
he couldn't.
I just hope they keep the same, because just like anything, it's probably going to be a trilogy. I hope they keep the same core, and the same core 4.
For sure.
Oh well, this one doesn't want to be in it anymore, and then they just keep switching things out. I hope they keep the same core 4.
Do you guys think that this will be what kind of kickstarts Marvel again? Because they've been kind of in the dredges, with just not very big hits. Do you guys think that this is what Marvel needs to kind of get back in good shape?
Deadpool Wolverine will do that.
I think Deadpool.
Yeah.
I think Deadpool Wolverine will do that. I think this is a great first family. Like Fantastic Four has always been Marvel's first family, and they're like, they're just like staple of who they think of when they think of Marvel. I think this is a good direction to be going in terms of everything. But I totally agree with Jeff. Deadpool Wolverine.
And
what would you think of
Fantastic Four will end up on the end credits? I think.
Oh yeah.
I think the Deadpool thing. I think they have to have Deadpool because he can't die. There is going to be something that he has to travel through the and I think they're going to come across the Fantastic Four, and then the movie is going to tell us why they've been trapped in there since the 60s.
Gotcha.
That could be cool.
Oh, that's really cool. I like that idea. And Henry Cavill going out for Doom, I like that.
I was going to say a lot of people like the Henry Cavill. That's for sure. When are we going to get the X-Men then? Isn't that on tap too? Eventually to get those guys mixed in with the Marvel universe?
I think Wolverine Deadpool is going to explain a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of keep bridging the gap.
Is gonna yes, totally. I think it's gonna bridge the gap. It's gonna explain. It's gonna just weave everything together. It's gonna cut out some of the fat of. I think it's also gonna fix the Kang problem. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, that's a big problem.
So I think that it's gonna do a lot of stuff and hopefully reset Marvel back on track.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I feel like it's been a minute since we've had some really exciting times with the superhero stuff. I mean, we do have some like with the Jokers coming up with Joaquin and Lady Gaga, and I hope that's good. Obviously the Batman 2 they haven't started filming yet, but I did see that they just wrapped Penguin recently, so at least we have some stuff to kind of tide us over a little bit. But anyway, I'm excited about that, and I thought the Fantastic Four news was really exciting as well. So, you're right. Well, let's move on to topic number 1. Let's do that. This will not be a very long topic, but it's time for a little BSD intervention. Seriously, what the blank is wrong with that guy? So that is me. We're interventioning toward me today because I have been spending a lot of money on original art, and I blame this guy right here. I blame Dan. I blame Eric, especially. This guy, he's my CGC guy, so I can't blame him too much. But I've become obsessed with original art, and I don't know why, but it's just, Matt, what is it about the art that draws you to collecting this stuff? Because I have thousands and thousands of dollars in this room of polystone, polyresin, but yet like my passion right now is kind of drifting a little bit toward this art. Like, what is it about it?
To me, the first one that I got a commission from that I was like, oh, I just have to have like my own piece of work was Tony Daniels. Met him a few years ago in New York for the first time, and I said, hey, and I was buying some comics from him and getting some remarks and everything, and I said, hey, I'd really want a piece from you one day. And he goes, well, I'm kind of busy right now. And he said, hit me up. And I think it was February. He said, hit me up. I'm going to slow down. And I was like, well, he probably won't even remember me, playing type thing like that. Well, I hit him up in February and he goes, oh yeah, I remember you. He's like, what you want? What you want to do? And I was like, well, I love the Batman, I love your Batman. And I said, let's do something with the Batman and the Joker, type thing like that. And, he started talking and he was like, well, hey, and I said, hey, it's, and then I just finally, on the first piece, I was like, hey, I would just like Batman's cape kind of flowing or whatever. And I let him run with the idea because I said, hey, I love your visions of the Batman. Who am I? I'm just some guy, type thing like that, I said, and he was like, are you sure? He was like, I can do anything. I said, you can do anything. And he just showed me the final piece. He didn't do any sketch, or whatever. He was like, hey, this is it, brother. What I'm saying? Type thing like that. And ever since then, I was like, okay, well, now I need another one from you. But then you just meet these artists with respect that you admire, hey, I love your Batman. Hey, I love your Joker. Hey, I love your whatever, your vision of them. And then you just, you make that connection and you just say, hey, and they'll say, well, what are you thinking? Well, hey, I'll say, hey, I would really like, a Deathstroke from you. I was like, hey, it's your vision. You paint me your vision of Deathstroke battling Batman or whatever. But going back to a few years ago when we all met up in NYC for the first time, and I picked up that Tony Daniels piece of the Batcave, and you were like, oh my God, that, and you were like, that's a rabbit hole I can't go down. And I was like, okay. And now you're in the same rabbit hole,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I started out with smaller pieces, trying to get stuff like I did just sell this, but this was like an original Tony sale, or Tim sale. And so I just sold this because I just picked up a larger one, which I'm going to show you guys. But I started out with kind of smaller things, and then this was a big problem here. This this wall right here with my original David Finches, and to be able to have some of my favorite characters done by him, that really changed the game for me. But and now I keep going, kind of like whenever you collect statues sometimes, or figures, you kind of stair step, like you start with the smaller scale stuff and then you kind of work your way up, and that's what I'm kind of finding myself doing. And now I'm discovering, thanks to like Jeff at Secret Sanctuary, I'm discovering things like Heritage Auctions, and Comic Link and some of these other places. But I wanted to show everybody just some of the art that I've got recently. This one I just got in today. I showed everybody before the show, but this is an original Sean Murphy prelim, which I'm really excited about. So I have a quick sketch that he did for me in person, and I still would like to do a larger commission with him at some point. Speaking of amazing people, here's Cece. She's also been enabling me recently. Cece's fantastic with art prints, but she's also getting into original art. But this is a Sean Murphy that I just picked up. So I'm very excited about that. And then I'll show you a couple other ones that I went down the rabbit hole. You mentioned Tony Daniel. So this is this is a prelim, kind of an addition, kind of an initial sketch that he's doing for me. And so he's working on that as we speak. He just reached out to me this week and was asking my opinion on some things. So I've got a larger scale commission coming from Tony Daniel. This one is coming from Jock. I'm very excited about that one. And it's kind of simplistic, but I like it.
I love it.
Yeah, that's great.
It looks like kind of the Batman, the Robert Pattinson Batman in the red.
Yeah.
Remember how they did the movie poster for that?
Yeah.
I'll grab my first Tony Daniels piece. Let me see.
Yeah, thank you. This is another Tony Daniel that I'm picking up. I really liked it. I'm selling a couple of my watercolor ones, but I really liked the black and white of this one, which I thought was great. But this is the one I just spent a lot of money on this week. Or go ahead and show that.
So this was the first one he did for me.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, wow.
You can kind of see,
it's a similar idea.
Yeah, and then that was I said just do the Joker in the background, but Batman to be front and center, and that was the very first piece. And then from then on, I've been hooked. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's
awesome.
And everything.
Well, I mentioned Tim Sale, and this one I came up and I was debating back and forth of whether to spend the money because this was an expensive piece, but I did buy this one this week. This was a Tim Sale commission of the Joker, and I love The Long Halloween. It's my favorite Batman story, and so I thought, what the hell, get something that really represents his Joker. I know his style isn't everybody's cup of tea, but I love that story, and I never had a chance to meet him, unfortunately, but I kind of fell in love with that piece of art. So, and again, thanks to Jeff and Heritage Auctions, I have a couple of bids out myself for some other larger pieces. I'll be getting a Jason Fablock commission and possibly a few others, and Liber Mejo, which I'm very excited about. So, anyway, yeah. So tell me I'm doing the wrong thing, guys. I need the intervention here. Come on.
I would just say, I know we talked at MegaCon and you were like, well, I want one from this artist, one from this, type thing like that. I would just say, and I'm guilty of it. Like I've got like 8 Tony Daniels pieces, type thing like that. But, but at the same time, I've got about 4 or 5 Fabok pieces. So I'm like, okay, I got enough from him. Let me go to another artist, and create a relationship with this artist, get 1 or 2, and then create a relationship with this artist, get what, type thing like that,
Well, I mean, that was my goal but now I've got 3 Tony Daniel, but my main thing is I really want a lot of Finch because I just absolutely love his black and white line work, but and still be able to represent my favorite artists. And, there is a limited amount of my favorites. So it's like, that'll help me, I think, kind of, not spend too much. But
well, Chris, as another YouTuber often says, collect responsibly.
That's right. Yeah. That's true.
I mean,
hashtag restraint.
Like, for example, last year, my wife said, it seems like you're spending a lot of money on statues. And my statue stuff all comes from my own money. It doesn't come from family money.
Yeah.
But I added it all up. And when I subtracted out what I had sold in statues from what I bought, I only spent $250 on statues that year.
Wow.
That's good.
Yes, it seemed like there was tons of stuff coming in, but there was also a lot of stuff going out. And it made it perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And that's like the thing, like for me, statue wise, I think I have like 5 on pre-order, which, normally I have like 20 or 30, so it's like, I'm in the dredges here.
Stuart Murray has 58 right now.
Who does?
Stuart.
Oh my God. Isn't that's
58 pre-orders.
Where do you put that?
I can't imagine there's 58 things to order.
Well, for example, like the Superman from LBS. he's getting like 3 different versions of that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whoa.
He's getting both deluxes and he's getting the black costume. So,
Well, one thing, me and Dan's not here tonight, but we talk about it a lot. If you had to give up or cut back on one thing, what would it be? And me and Dan have this conversation, and we say, well, I could take a few less statues a year if I got comics, CGC / art. And, I've got about probably, I got a few things, on order, but like I say, no matter how big your room is, one day you're going to run out of room for the statues unless you sell, you sell, which right now it's not a seller's market, So with the art / art prints, just art in general, you can say, okay, well, I've looked at this one for a while. I'm going to replace it with this one. And just, it's in a frame, so it's not going to get damaged or anything else like that, and you can kind of rotate it out. I had that talk with Cece at MegaCon. She was like, I was like, I've got stuff I haven't even seen the wall yet.
Right.
Type thing like that I just need. I was thinking about that this week. I said, okay, I need to rotate some stuff out, type thing like that.
Well, the other part before we wrap this part up is I just wanted to say too that like when it comes to CGCs, I feel like especially like what Jeff collects, where the olden golden age, silver age books, like that's a good investment. It's like you can collect statues, and there used to be a good resale market for those. Now, not at all. But like with CGCs, there's still always a good resale market for that.
Yep.
Original art, I think it just kind of varies. Sometimes it just depends on the collector that's looking. Especially if you like buy splash pages and interior pages and things like that, covers, but you're talking $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for those. I'm not going to spend that money on anything like that, but I do wonder sometimes if going the original route art is as good of an investment, in the long term, because I'm not doing it to make money in the long run, but I just want it to enjoy, but also knowing that if I need to sell something for any reason, I
would say if you're doing it for the investment purposes, I would say CGC, the golden age, like what Jeff specializes in, because there's records. Okay, the last one sold for this. The last one before that sold with this. It tends to be going up, or hey, it's taking a drop right now, but it'll always go back up, especially that golden age. And that's what I was talking to Dan at MegaCon. I said, I think that's going to be my next rabbit hole, because I want to I've got a ton of comics, but when one day we're all going to be gone, and I want to leave my kids like, okay, hey, if you want to keep it, you can keep it, but you know what? If you ever get into a bind, you can take this comic and you can sell it, and that'll help get you out of that bind. And it seems like the golden age, and Jeff can speak on this way better than I can, just holds its value than all this like spec. Oh, well, there was only 40 copies of this new variant and all that. If you're betting money, and I'm not a betting guy, but if I'm going to Vegas, I'm betting on the golden age rather than, oh, this variant, there was a misprint and there was only 40 copies, over the golden age. And Jeff can speak to that way better than me, type thing.
What do you think, Jeff?
I think if you want to go, and I told you this in our private chat, if you want to go into original art, it takes a lot more education and getting to know that hobby, because everything is one of a kind.
Yep.
And when you walk up to a dealer table at a convention, you really have no idea if his asking price is fair or not.
Yep.
So I would buy from Comic Link and Heritage, mostly through their auctions, because whatever it goes for in an auction, that's fair market value.
Which is this one. This one right here. This was a Comic Link that I just got this one from.
Right.
I also got a Del Auto, which I forgot to put on the show here, but same type of deal. Like I knew I trusted it especially after what you said. Right. And I also find, like, if you go to the different artist pages or their reps, a lot of times they have their commission rates and their things like that. So there's a lot of, like you said, if you do your research, you can truly find out kind of what this stuff's worth. And you can also, it varies. Some pages are $300, and like I said, some are $70,000, which is just insane. But
and there's going to be cases where some artist asking price is going to, even their price will be higher than fair market value. They might have a similar sketch on Comic Link right now selling for 75% of what they're asking at a convention table.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
Well,
Yeah, Golden Age, everything is black and white. You know, there's more than one website where you can look up past sales, and you can really get a good idea, even if you're coming in as a novice, what something is worth.
Yep, absolutely. Well, I didn't hear anybody say, "Chris, don't buy this stuff." I didn't hear. I needed to hear that tonight, but I know. I was going to say with these bunch of enablers, I knew I wasn't going to get that. But anyway, yeah.
Maybe we should ask your wife.
No, that's right. There you go. That's right. They could care less about any of this stuff. That's the problem. It's like, thank God I got you guys. But anyway, Cece says, I'm incredibly grateful to a core group of friends who I can bounce potential purchases off of that can tell me if it's typical or not, hold off or jump on it. That's true. That's another great aspect of the community, you know, just being able to talk amongst people that really understand this stuff. Like I said, if your friends and family don't, you know, thank God we have the Rogues family here. So I agree with you, Cece, on that. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that stuff. I want to show off some of my new art, but I think it's time to go on to topic number 2, top 5 most wanted. Earlier today, I posed the question of these fine fellows. If you could have a dream statue, what might be the one that you want to get the most, and by whom? Like, who would you want to see them make your statue that has not been announced yet, that hasn't been made yet? At least in this particular version. So we have a top 5, and we also, if you guys want to have a honorable mention, I have one myself, and we'll do that right before number 1. So I don't know, Matt, do you want to start us off? We'll go around the corner.
Do you want me to do all 5 of mine or no?
We'll go 5. We'll go around the horn. We'll go 5, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4, 4, like that.
So number 1 would be Ra's al Ghul 1/3 with Batman somehow integrated into the statue. So it'd be Batman and Ra's al Ghul. I think Prime 1 would do a awesome job on that one. Number 2.
No, just do
one.
Just one at a time.
One at a time.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, one at a time.
But
all right, we'll go to Susan.
Yeah.
So wait, are we starting with 5 or are we starting with 1?
We'll go 5 to 1.
Okay. So my number 5 is a Sideshow Universal Monsters Wolfman, and I know they've done it in the past, but I would love for them to do a new version, because they do. Everyone agrees, like they've upped their game so much in the last year. I feel like Sideshow would do the Universal Monsters the best, because they've had the license forever, and they've worked with the Universal the longest. So number 5 would be classic Wolfman by Sideshow, but in quarter scale.
I'm going to push it a little further. Who would you like to see sculpted?
Oh, probably Martin Canal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
he
like
is fantastic.
There's so many talented ones, but just the way he did Court of the Dead, I feel like he could do classic Wolfman. Yeah,
he would be great. He would be great. Great pick. All right, Eric, what is your number 5?
Yeah, I'm just going to go off the cuff because I didn't make a list. Does it have to be something that isn't out yet, or it could be something that's out that you wish you had?
No, something that is not out, that has not been announced, that has not been done necessarily. Which one would you like done, and by whom?
All right. I mean, I don't want to go into too many spoilers, but I would say 3rd scale Clayface for number 5.
Okay, 3rd scale by anybody in particular? Do you want to Legendary Beasts? They've teased one.
Yeah, I know what we can say, what we can't say. So yeah, there's rumors of that going on. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Okay, great pick. How about you, Jeff? Your number 5?
Oh, Susan made me think. I'd like to see Sideshow do a Vincent Price.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
I'd like
yes.
to see a House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
Vincent Price.
Ooh, or Last Man on Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be neat.
They'd have definitely 2 sales on that one, Jeff.
There you go. Great pick. And you want Sideshow to do it?
Yeah.
Yep. That'd be awesome. Jeff Delaney.
Sorry.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be cool. You just want like him holding like a candle or something? It'd be kind of neat.
Or that decapitated head from House
Oh.
on Haunted Hill.
That could be cool. That's awesome.
I get it.
Yeah, yeah. How about you, Delaney? And you're number 5?
I would like, I'm trying to decide if I want Sideshow or Prime 1 to do it, but I would like Death from the Endless to be made in quarter scale.
That's my 4. That's my
Yeah.
number 4.
See? Brilliant minds.
Literally, brilliant minds.
Can you believe it hasn't been done yet?
I can't believe it hasn't been done with. My pick was Prime 1, but I would take a Sideshow one too because
It's
both of them
bizarre.
would be amazing. Yeah.
Totally.
Yep.
Well, my number 5 is another. Why hasn't it been done yet? From Sideshow Collectibles, a Riddler premium format.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hear about that for the last 5 years. I mean, I've been banging the drum for Penguin. We finally got a Penguin. We got a Mr. Freeze. So it's like, hallelujah. But for whatever reason, Riddler's not done. I know he is going to be done by some companies. I've heard rumblings. I've heard rumors. Nothing official yet, but Sideshow, a classic Riddler bowler hat. You know, it's like I want the Hush Riddler specifically. And so I'd love to see, I know people might think he's boring at times, but I've heard a ton of people say, I want a Riddler. And so hopefully, fingers crossed, maybe Sideshow Con this year, we'll see one. But that was my number 5. Let's go to number 4.
I would say for me, it would be just because I love the story so much. I remember it finally when I was a kid, you could actually like write in and vote of how you wanted it to end. But the death in the family, I would love to see a death in the family, the death of Robin with maybe Batman holding him or something of that nature, of the classic illustrations that they did back in 86, 88, I think it was. Just all-time favorite stories, and I just remember it because like I remember like writing it in like, hey, and everybody's like, why does everybody want to kill Robin? But they did it. They honored what the votes were and everything else like that. So just kind of sticks out to my childhood. So death in the family statue 1/3 style.
Did you say Prime 1? I was gonna say, did you want it specifically? They've been doing a lot of dios lately, so I could see them doing it in quarter scale more than third scale.
Yeah.
But I'm right there with you. I think that'd be really cool to see. That's for sure. Well, we know Susan's number 4.
Yeah, I was like, I already did my number 4.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
but
Yep.
by Prime 1, Death from the Endless, like I can't believe they haven't done it. Anyone hasn't done it, but I would take Sideshow. I would take Prime 1 doing it. Both of those would be my top.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. Eric, you're number 4?
All right. I mean, my list is going to be all Batman stuff because every time I try to collect something outside of the Batman universe, I seem to like not hold on to it for very long. But
That's because he's the best.
like Star Wars, I would love to see any Star Wars piece, like a whole entire line in 1/3. But besides the point, I'm gonna go with Two-Face 1/3. Not what Tweeterhead's doing. I like the Tweeterhead quarter scale, but being that I'm moving up to third scale, I'd like to see a company do a third scale other than what Prime 1 did with the game version of Two-Face.
See, I really wanted to add him to my list as well, but he didn't make my list because I do have the Arkham one, which is fantastic, but I would like a more comic one, a comic version. I don't know. Do you have anybody in specific, like the look of him? Like, would you want like a Neil Adams type of look or something different?
Yeah. No, I honestly, I really love what Tweeterhead did. I just, what it is when it comes to my collection, I'm not sure because I collect a little bit of quarter scale and third scale, and I'm restricted to cabinet space, so I never know like what's going to fit where. So I'm still eyeing actually that quarter scale from Tweeterhead. I might pick it up. I'm not sure yet.
I think it'll be a sleeper piece. I think people will wish they had picked it up. I really do because he's just not done. Great pick though. Jeff Morris, what's your number 4?
I want a quarter scale of Thor, Rocket Raccoon, and Groot when they blast into Wakanda.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd
really
be
like
fun.
that,
Like a dio.
Like, see the one that XM did where it's Groot, but then it's got Rocket on his shoulder. That's a really cool piece.
Yeah, it's the comic book one.
Yeah.
It looks fun. Well, would you want it like quarter scale?
Quarter scale.
That could be a fun diorama.
Yeah.
Even if you like had to piece it together.
Set up in that scene. and I'm surprised it's not been done.
Yeah, that'd be a really cool one. I like that idea. It was a fun scene in itself, so it was fun. Jeff Delaney.
I would like a Sideshow premium format Ragman, and not the Arrowverse version, the 1976 Joe Kubert version.
Okay.
Really cool characters. His costume is a patchwork of souls.
So, you might have to have people like look that up, because I'm guessing not everybody knows who Ragman is.
Probably not, although he was in part of the Arrowverse. So they might know that version, but that's not what I want. I want DC 1976 Ragman.
What does he look like?
He has it's a patchwork costume.
Okay.
He's called the Tatterdemalion because it's all tatters. But each piece is a soul over a bad guy that he's dispatched in whatever way.
That's cool.
Really cool story.
So I'm gonna save this image. This is probably a modern image, I'm guessing. So it's probably not what you're talking about, but at least this might give people maybe an idea. Hold on, let me see where I can find it. Is it this guy right here?
Yeah.
Oh, that did not download. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So he started off in 1976 by Joe Kubert.
Bad image.
And he was just like an Irish dude that gets in bad with the mob in the neighborhood.
Almost
But
looks like Moon Knight.
In 1991, they redid him. Keith Giffen redid him and gave him a Jewish background and based the whole Ragman character off the Golem of Prague and made it much more interesting. And I think he deserves more attention than he gets, and it would make a really good statue.
I say it looks really cool. It looks like it'd be a cool statue. It really does. My number 4 is from Prime One Studio. I'd like to see a George Jimenez Scarecrow. It's very different. Like we have the traditional kind of like bag over your head Scarecrow or the one with the hat, but like the George Jimenez one is very different. It's got this giant wicker hat and it's kind of like this gas mask thing. It's a real different look for him, and I think that would really stand out. And so I would love to see a George Jimenez Scarecrow from Prime One Studio, 1/3 scale. That's my number 4. Number 3, Matt.
All right. Besides Batman, I'm a big G.I. Joe guy because of my childhood. I had all the G.I. Joes. I was G.I. Joe like crazy.
Hey, now you know, and knowing's half the battle.
Yeah, exactly. And one of my favorite villains in that was when they introduced Serpentor.
Oh, yeah.
He was just so cool to me. And I know in the past years, a Sideshow did a Serpentor, but I would like to see
Prime One did
Serpentor with his on his flying thing. I don't know what it was called, now, but where he was flying.
That chariot thing.
The chariot. And there was one episode where Cobra Commander, Serpentor was kind of flying by and Cobra Commander jumped on it and he's like holding on underneath, kind of on top. I'd like to see a statue of that. That would be awesome, type thing.
That'd be cool. Yeah. That'd be neat. Yeah, I'd say that there's still a lot of G.I. Joe popularity all these years later. Very cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. If you hop down that rabbit hole with the figures, I mean.
Yeah, you don't need to go there.
No. Exactly.
Yeah, you don't need to go there. Not with your collection.
No, exactly. I mean, Jesus. But yeah, I love Serpentor.
That's cool.
In the day. Yeah.
Susan, you're number 3.
Okay, I want I love the Sideshow Mythos line from Star Wars that they do.
Yes.
And I want a Sideshow Mythos Sabine Wren of what happens to her between Rebels and the Ahsoka show, because she goes through a lot in that time period. So just the storytelling, I love the way they tell stories within those mythos pieces all on their own. So I would love to see a Sabine Wren in the time period between Rebels and Ahsoka.
Cool.
That's awesome. You say those pieces are so good. So good.
No one does anything else like it. So they're totally unique to Sideshow.
Yeah, they're so well done. So I hope you get your wish. That would be really cool.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. I love that line.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, you're number 3.
A 1/3 Mr. Freeze. preferably, I guess, either legendary or prime one, since they're the only ones that seem to make 1/3 now.
Absolutely. Any particular look you would want to go with, or just freeze in general?
Freeze in general, I really do like the Arkham version. It's just it's so big the way his guns shooting forward and all the ice shards on the bottom. But I think that's a really cool look for him. But yeah, I think any freeze will do.
Be cool. I like that. Jeff Morris, you're number 3.
My number 3 was the Hush style quarter scale Riddler. So I'm going to say a quarter scale Dr. Fate.
Okay.
Because Dr. Fate's kind of, I'd like to see that.
Kind of like the old Superpowers version, like that kind of look with the yellow.
I would like to see them update it a little bit. I like the way he looked in the Black Adam movie. If they could.
Yeah, I think he looked great in that movie.
Yeah.
Jeff?
My number 3 is a line. I would like to do. I like Blitzway to do all 7 members of the original Star Trek.
Oh,
That would be awesome.
Whoa.
that
Would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Oh, with Blitzway's head
That would be
sculpt.
so awesome.
It'd be really fun.
I would think that they would do well. There's such a big Trek or Trekkie
I
fandom still.
mentioned Star Trek to Ant, and he said they don't sell. I mean, instantly they don't sell.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad. I mean, you have 3 amazing ones back behind you
Yeah,
from Dark Side.
Nice.
So
yeah, I love them. They'll never leave my collection.
Yeah.
Unless Blitzway does all 7.
yeah, well, yeah, right.
I
You want 'em
love
to
that
match.
idea.
It's a great idea. My number 3 is similar to Eric's. I am doing Mr. Freeze as well. Not necessarily. I would love a 3rd scale for sure, but I would love to see a Mr. Freeze and Nora diorama with like the big dome with her floating in there with like his hand on the glass.
Yeah.
I would love that diorama, and I can see somebody doing it. It needs to be the right company, but I think in quarter scale would be fine for me. I just think it would be it just has so much storytelling and that love and that passion for each other, even trying to bring her back to life. I just think that's an awesome story, and I would love to see that. Yeah, I think it'd be awesome.
Dios are really popular right now. You never know what could happen.
Yeah.
Sean Murphy's got a really great image of the two of them, and I would love a Sean Murphy version. I think that would be really cool. But so that was my number 3. Number 2, Matt.
I would. I'm a big Star Wars fan too. So Sideshow just released the Boba Fett with the Han Solo in the carbonite. Where he's kind of leaning.
Yep.
On it. I'm on the wait list to get it because I love that one. But what I would like to see, because nowadays they're using the magnets a lot and all, doing the Han Solo in the carbonite, like laying down, but do that like magnet where it's hovering, where it can hover and have like maybe Boba Fett like on the side of it or in front of it, walking with it, but actually where the Han Solo in the carbonite is like hovering because of the magnets and stuff. I think that would look awesome.
Like Empire, like when they're loading them up on the Slave One or whatever. That's not called
Slave One.
Yeah, it's still always be
Slave
Slave One, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to change it to, but it's still Slave One to me. So yeah, I'm glad you guys agree. That's a great pick. I think that'd be really fun.
Yeah, well, especially with the magnet technology that they're doing today, and just walking into it or walking by it and see it kind of hovering a little bit. I think that would look awesome.
That would look cool. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Susan, you're number 2.
Okay, my number 2. So Sideshow's done a lot of couple statues where they've done like Mary Jane and Peter Parker, and they've done Catwoman and Batman. They just announced that they're going to do Gambit and Rogue.
Yeah.
I want Green Arrow and Black Canary. Green Arrow and Black Canary have always been like my favorite comic book couple. I even named my new kitten Oliver Queen. So
great.
I want a Green Arrow Black Canary couple statue, so that it probably would wind up being like what the 5th scale statues that they do. But I really want Green Arrow Black Canary. as a couple.
Any particular pose you envision? Like, can you imagine?
I actually would love it if he's helping her, like DC Direct actually did this statue, and I have it in like a really small scale, but he's like helping her like pull back the bow. So I would want something like that, but like I don't know, like them fighting together. Maybe she's like screaming and he's posed above her, because like they're such a good pair.
Yeah, that's
so
awesome.
like an in action type pose.
Well, I think that Sideshow's done such a great job with those. I'm hoping that they're doing really well. Obviously, they're continuing to do more, so maybe we'll see that.
I mean, and I think Gambit and Rogue is going to be a huge hit. So, like, I hope that maybe they do because they did Batman and Catwoman. Now they're doing a Marvel couple. Maybe they'll come back to a DC couple. Maybe, So, like,
I was going to say Superman and Lois too, which I love.
Superman, that's right. That's right.
That's a great one, really great one. I think that's one of my favorites of all of them so far. I really like that one. How that turned out.
So and I have the Mary Jane and Peter Parker. That's the J. Scott Campbell one where she's sitting on the couch and he's like hugging her. I love that one.
Yeah.
So I would like another couple. My other favorite couple.
That's cool. That's probably my favorite J. Scott Campbell piece. I love that statue. It's so well
that's
done.
my favorite J. Scott Campbell piece too.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. There you go. I love it. Eric B, what's your number 2?
Well, speaking of the masses, what about, and it's good timing, what about a Deadpool versus Wolverine? But that's not my pick.
Is that like a little fake teaser where you're teasing us out there? Yeah.
I was like, this is a good idea. Here you go.
Yeah, it is a good idea.
For the masses that have been commenting that they want to see that statue made. Number 2 is going to be, again, 3rd scale Scarecrow.
Okay. Like, do you like my version? Do you want like more of like a classic?
No, classic. Yeah,
classic. Okay, that'd be cool. I'd love to see it. We'll see if it ever happens. Well, I think for sure we'll get one from Legendary Beast. I don't know about Prime. Prime one's definitely, they don't have a lot of confidence right now, but I hopefully Jay will do the right thing and make it. Jeff Morris.
I would like to have a half-scale Iron Man with the actual Robert Downey Jr. head.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
It's like, it's just crazy how many statues have been made without it. I'm sure it's a likeness issue.
There's a ton of complete suits, but none with the unmasked, unhelmeted.
Yeah. What was it? XM that did that. It's a pretty large piece, but where he's like getting suited up, like in the transformation phase. That's pretty
that
cool.
gantry thing. Yeah. That's neat. That's a great pick, and it would look really great next to your half-scale Captain America.
Yeah,
sure would. Jeff Delaney. Sorry, you're number 2.
I need a 1/3 scale She-Hulk to go with my 1/3 scale Hulk.
There you go.
Ooh, yeah.
You just after that extensive search to get your what is that? Is that 5th scale or 6th scale?
5th.
Fifth
I wish
scale,
it was quarter, but I still love it. But to go with the Hulk, which dominates the room, I need a She-Hulk in 1/3.
I don't know if you were in on it, Susan, or not, but Jeff had been looking for the She-Hulk from Sideshow. And he had been looking, and you couldn't find it. Like no one was ever selling it. You couldn't ever find it anywhere. How long? What did you look for? Like 4 or 5 months?
Yeah, it took a long time.
Before we finally found one, and so we finally got it. But it was crazy. You couldn't find it anywhere.
That's insane. Anywhere. That seems like something you could find.
I know.
It's not that old.
I know. It's just, but people weren't selling. People must love it because they weren't selling it at all.
I mean, it's a great piece.
Yeah, it is.
I was saying not for nothing, but I'm still actually looking for it for you because I'm determined to find one.
For you. There you go.
I don't see any for sale in the groups.
Eric, I got it.
That's right.
I know, but I feel like I need to still find one.
I need to find it. My number 2 is a 1/3 scale Clayface, which again I think we're going to get from Legendary Beast, and I don't necessarily care if it's Clayface from Prime 1. We did get that great new Daniel Bell piece with Batgirl, which I've ordered, so at least I'm going to have at least a representation of Clayface in the collection. But I would like a 3rd scale. I know it's going to be massive, but if they can make a Legendary Beast Hulk, they can make a Legendary Beast Clayface, and I believe they've already teased it. So. That's definitely one that I'm interested in. I don't necessarily. I kind of like that more like animated series with the teeth, and that particular face, because sometimes it gets kind of too horror like, and I don't really think. I just don't like it as much. But yeah, I'm excited about that, and so hopefully number 2, Clayface. Matt, let's go to number 1. If you have an honorable mention it first, and then do your number 1.
I'll just do my number one. I would like to see Prime One, Blitzway 1/3, a poison ivy with Batman kind of intertwined in her vines, with Batman, in it, as well as poison ivy kind of looking at him, type thing like that, where he's kind of she's got him intertwined in the vines, kind of tangled up. I think that would be pretty cool.
I think that sounds great. Love that idea. And what scale?
1/3.
1/3. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Susan, do you have an honorable mention or your number one?
I don't, but my number one is a line. I really want Prime One to do an X-Men line. Like they do such good, they just do such good scenes that I really love X-Men by Prime One. And specifically Rogue, and then also, but also more modern X-Men. Like obviously, I would love an X-23 by Prime One because just X-Men by Prime One. I just feel like they could do such a good job with that property. So that's my number one, is that line.
Yeah, if they ever get Star Wars or Marvel,
I know
it's just crazy. It would change the game, I think, for sure.
It would change the game.
Yeah. That's a great pick. Yeah, great line. That would be awesome. I think a lot of people would agree with you. They would love to see it for sure.
Yeah.
Eric, your number one or honorable mention?
I'll do both. Honorable mention, and no offense to Legendary Beast, but I'd like to see a proper Alex Ross Batman, either 1/3 or 1/4.
Yes, sir. It's amazing we haven't had more of that. It really is. But I think I'm just here. I'm here to tell you. I think we have more coming. I think we have Alex Ross stuff coming.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do something a little different. It's not gonna be 3rd scale. It's actually I want a 1/4 scale Riddler. And the reason being is I feel like any 3rd scale Riddler is going to be a museum style. And I like my 3rd scales to be a little bit more, roomier and take up more space. And I don't feel like we're going to get that out of Riddler. I have a feeling it's going to be a museum pose. So I want a 1/4 scale Riddler to replace my Scarecrow. And I want a 1/3 Scarecrow. That's where I'm going.
That'd be cool. That'd be awesome. Great pick. Good picks. Jeff Morris, your honorable mention and your number one.
I would like, here's an honorable mention. I would like to see a diorama 1/4 scale of Captain America and the Winter Soldier fighting from the movie or comic. I think that could be cool.
That'd be awesome.
The number one thing I'd like to see is a 1/4 scale Joker in a Neil Adams type look.
Yeah.
Because that's the Joker I'm waiting on.
Yep.
Because they're all kind of cool, but I'm like, it's not really what I think of. I like that face, that look, that.
That'd be awesome. I mean, he's got one of the most iconic Joker covers of all time with Neil Adams. Like, how great would it be to have something like that? I would love that. I'm right up there with you on that. That's awesome. Jeff, honorable mention or number one?
Honorable mention, I would like a Jack Knight Starman, probably from Sideshow. I think that'd be really cool. And number one, I'll never get, because I'm probably the only one that wants it. I would like, again, Blitzway, to do a 1/4 scale Jamie Summers, the Bionic.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh.
I just like her.
Going classic, yeah.
My first celebrity crush.
That's awesome.
Mine was Batman.
Oh, there you go. I say mine was Joe from The Facts of Life. So at least you have a better one than I do. Yeah.
Mine was Batman from Batman the Animated Series. I was really in love with him.
I love it. Hey, Kevin Conroy, that voice. Come on.
Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, that is a great pick for number one. I would love to see that. I don't think it probably will happen, but you never know. Never say never.
Never gonna happen.
That's right. My honorable mention is a Greg Capullo Batman by Prime One.
Good.
I just feel like Prime One does such a great job of the Fabox and the Finches and like everybody else, but we don't have any Capullo really represented. And knowing how Capullo feels about that particular company, I don't think we'll probably ever get that. But I would love to see it. And so, yeah, that's Capullo for sure. Then my number one is an Ivan Reyes Ra's al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul. And I know that Legendary Beast is going to do one. I don't know if it'll necessarily be an Ivan Reyes, but having met him finally at MegaCon, having 2 originals of his from, and having the actual page from One Bad Day, I love the illustrations in that. I love his drawings. I feel like it's the best of that entire series in terms of just pure drawing and story. And so I would love a Ra's al Ghul, especially if it could include Italia, which I think is going to happen. You guys know I love Italia. I love that particular realm of the pit and everything else. So again, that's my number one.
How can Talia not be on your list?
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
She's on my top 20.
What the hell?
We only did we would be here for hours if we
Who
did a top
are
20.
you?
She's on the top conversion.
Yeah.
Speaking of disappointing everyone, I did cancel a statue this week.
Vampirella.
I canceled Vampirella.
Oh well.
Because she was my Talia stand-in. But at the end of the day, I'm like, it's $1,700 for a statue I'm probably going to sell. It would have been a great review, I know, but at the end of the day, I couldn't do it. So
I think she would have been offended that she was just a stand-in for you.
She would have been offended. I agree. But at the end of the day, I know I'm going to eventually get Italia. I think Jay's going to do that for us with Legendary Beast. And so I'm just excited to have a Ra's al Ghul and Italia. That'd be pretty awesome. So great lists, everybody. Great lists.
It was fun.
It was cool.
It was fun. It's just interesting. Like when I texted Susan earlier, the first thing she said was like, "This is so hard." And
it was really hard.
Like, when you try to come up with stuff that you really want, or trying to rank your favorite statues or collectibles, it is hard because and you clearly everybody except for Eric, who didn't write a list.
Well, it's in my head. We do this.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I didn't write mine either.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just up in the noggin. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. I wouldn't have remembered if I wrote it 5 minutes ago. So yeah. But it is hard. It is hard to come up with a list and try to rank where you'd put things and stuff like that. But it is fun to kind of reflect and think about the future of what might come out. So I hope you guys enjoyed it in the chat. And again, everybody, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys ready to look at photos?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see Superman.
Jeff wants to eat.
No, actually, I ate before the show. So
Really?
Susan wants to eat.
Susan wants to eat.
I was like, Susan's on the West Coast too.
That's right. So I am jealous because I'm fasting again. So I haven't eaten since yesterday. So I'm going to live vicariously through you guys. So let's do this thing. All right.
What's for dinner, Susan?
It's pork with salsa verde tacos.
Oh my God, that sounds delicious.
Yeah, I know.
I could eat that every day of my life. I could eat any sort of Mexican food every day and not get tired of it. I love it. That sounds delicious.
I had steak tacos for lunch with my wife. So yeah.
Oh, sounds good. All right, so let's talk about this. This is the first one. Can you guys see the photos okay?
No.
No, we see you. I see you.
Well, it would help if I hit screen share. That would help.
That would.
I'm sorry. You guys do not need to see me the entire time. That'd get really boring. All right. Now let's try. Now can you see the picture?
Yes.
Okay. So this was teased by Sideshow this week, which is awesome, I think. We got a little teaser here, much more of a teaser here. What do you guys think?
It looks good. The flow of it looks real good. I'm a big Daredevil fan too. So the flow of her outfit looks real cool.
Yeah, I think it looks amazing. I was really impressed with this tease.
I love the base.
The original lecture was really good, and they definitely did something different, the second time around, which I think they needed to do, and this is really cool looking.
It's so awesome.
And it's cool because you could feasibly get both of them, because then you have the museum pose Elektra, and you also have the in-action Elektra.
Yeah. And Susan, was that yours, the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
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 Which I absolutely love that. And that's what makes me love it even more, that's you. It's so great. It's so great.
Yeah.
Do you have that one?
I do have that one. It broke during an earthquake, and Thor Gunderson replaced it for me. He found one and like tracked it down and replaced it for me this past Christmas. Because I was
That's
heartbroken
awesome.
that was the thing that broke during the earthquake.
Well, that is awesome. Give a shout out to Thor. He's such a great guy, and
Thor's
that is
such
so
an amazing
cool.
guy.
I love
Thor
that.
and Norm, Thor and Norm tracked it down for me.
That's so great. That's awesome. And again,
and this is why I love the community, because this is the stuff that happens.
That's right. Yep. Well, I'm so glad that you have that piece. I was hoping you did.
I do have it.
This is from Jay. So this one, the Legendary Beast Batman, went up for pre-order. And they were supposed to have this early bonus thing if you bought early. And the bat rope was originally rumored to be what that was, and then they didn't do that. Well, Jay says if you do buy the premiere version of either the blue or the black, they are going to do the free bat rope with that swap out. So congratulations to anybody that picked that piece up. Did any of you order it?
Yep, I did.
Very nice. Well, and you got the blue or the black?
I got the black.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I was on the fence about it, but now when he released this image saying he is going to do the grapple, I think I'm going to go ahead and pre-order the black.
Yep, I think it's a good call, my friend.
Yeah.
So again, congratulations to Jay on listening, or thanking to Jay for listening to the fans. He did also announce a new unmasked head, which is, I think, very smart, because none of us really liked the Bruce Wayne portrait. But I think this looks much better. And he also toned down the thighs a little bit. People thought they were a little bit too bulky. So again, just congrats to Jay on listening to feedback. And he also flattened the chest emblem as well. So yeah, good stuff. Pumpkinhead. This is from PCS. This has created some buzz this week. Is this a half scale, guys?
Third scale.
Oh, third scale. Look at the size of it, though.
Lord.
You know what's funny, though? It's only 30 inches tall, but it is like 24 inches deep.
No, it's 36 inches deep.
Oh, that's even worse. Yeah.
Look, you got the tail going out the back, and you got his arm going out in front. So that's a lot of it.
Yeah, that right there. It's almost kind of like the this sideshow scarecrow, where it kind of lunges forward with his hand out like that. But yeah, it's going to be a massive piece. But look at that thing. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So
tell me, guys, and I asked this on Facebook and didn't really get a good answer. I know Casey Love as a painter and as someone who does monster masks. Has he done any other statues? Is this his first statue?
I
don't know.
I didn't realize it was sculpted by Casey. I was going to say I've only seen paint applications.
This is Casey Love, and it's not digital. It's done.
Well, he teaches sculpting. I know that.
Okay.
So he has to have at least some skill to be able to teach. Oh, here's Oliver Queen.
Well,
he decided to show up.
Looks just like him.
That's awesome.
I know, right? No, Casey's insanely talented. So it doesn't surprise. I didn't know that this was a Casey sculpt, but that doesn't surprise me.
I'm just curious if I've missed any others. I can't remember ever seeing him as a sculptor of a statue before.
Well, it makes me want to see more now. I mean, from him for sure, because this is a really cool sculpt, especially knowing it's traditional sculpt. That's really neat.
I want to know how this is breaking down, because I don't even see any seam lines. Is it just shipping like one giant piece?
Maybe the head. Maybe the head comes. But yeah, there's no seam lines anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, just even the arms are just massive, like shooting out forward.
I would assume the base, legs, body, but maybe the head is separate. Maybe, I don't know. But anyway, it looks cool. Also from PCS, they're doing their Killer Clowns line, and so they've teased this one. It's pretty funny. They also teased the half-scale Conan the Barbarian. It's Arnold. Get to the chopper.
Classic movie. Yeah.
So I think this one will do well for PCS.
Yeah.
Our
That's
friends
going
over
to do
at
super well.
Yeah,
I feel like this is going to do super well. Yeah.
This one right here, or the Conan.
Oh no, the Skeletor.
Yeah. A lot of positive buzz, of course. Dave Igo's got his hands all over this one, and Chad at Tweeterhead. I think this is just going to make such a great looking diorama together. I did see the He-Man one in person, but I have not seen the Skeletor, obviously. But it has such presence, right, Jeff? I mean, Jeff Delaney saw it also.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Love the colors. I just think it's really cool. I just feel like Igo's done such a great job with this art direction overall. It's just been so great. And this one was sculpted by Guillermo Barbiero, who's just absolutely fantastic, phenomenal sculptor. I'm really glad we got to hang out with him so much, Jeff. That was so much fun.
Such a nice guy.
So great. Such a great sculptor, great guy. Also, if you order directly from Tweeterhead, you do get the vintage one as well. And so definitely highly recommend you order from Tweeterhead if you want that portrait. And from what I've heard from Chad, they're going fast. So get yours in now. There's a limited edition of $250 on that.
It's also cheaper from Tweeterhead.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot to mention that. Thank you, Jeff. Hey, look how good they look together.
Oh, man, that looks cool. That would be the way to pose it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. It looks so good. So anyway, that's up for pre-order right now. The second Sideshow Pulp Vixens line, this one's called Deep Down. I don't love this one as much as the other one. I really like the original one that they've released. What do you guys think about the second one?
I like it. Not for me, but I do like it as the art, not as much as the first one, like you said, but I think it's a unique take and a unique pose with the way the pose is, and then with the octopus.
Why do you suppose we don't like this one as much as the first one? Is it the portrait or what?
I don't love the portrait. I don't know.
Do you think there's too much going on or no?
I love the octopus.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem that upset to be almost dragged to her death.
Yeah, it's kind of like a ho-hum portrait, maybe.
Yeah, because this just screams James Bond Thunderball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she seems kind of like, it's Tuesday. It's
I got to pay my taxes soon,
She's like, did I turn the iron off?
Whereas the first one, she looks very worried, very concerned,
Yeah. I don't know. It just, I think it does have a lot to do with the portrait. I think it's a cool concept.
So there's a lot of talk on statue forum anyway. I'm not sure about Facebook, about the paint choice on the legs, that this is kind of like this environmental shading, and they're not crazy about it. And the first one has it too, if you look closely at her legs. Some collectors just resist any paint scheme that different than what their room looks.
I see, but I disagree with that. I love what Sideshow's doing with the paint. I think they're so innovative with being able to paint light effects. What their vision is, what their vision is, and I really like the pieces that I've received. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I think Sideshow's really onto something.
Mm-hmm.
I like it in some cases and not others. I wasn't crazy about it with Psylocke.
Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, because it made her look too dark.
Yep.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I did finally get to see it in person at MegaCon, and it was. I agree with you. Prime One. This thing is insane. So this is Prime One Studio. This is 6 scale. It's a statue. $200.
Oh, wow.
Why is it so cheap? Yeah, why is it so inexpensive?
Because it's not really doing anything.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. But even so, for Prime One, I mean, I'm surprised it's not like 500 or 600.
Well, shipping might be $500.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. I also
And
feel like hopefully what they might be trying to do is like go for the like entry level collector, like someone who is maybe younger and just wants their first piece.
Yeah,
that's a good point. I think you're right on the money there. I think the portrait looks good.
Probably sell
it looks great. It's just not doing a whole lot.
Yeah, it's pretty simple, but I mean, there's so many fans out there, myself included. We love the Wizarding World in our family, so I think it's a really good sculpt. The portrait looks really good. You could definitely tell who it is.
For sure.
Just gives you an idea. There are a couple photos of it in their store. It's a little washed out here, but still gives you an idea. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad. Look at this. I love this.
Yeah.
This looks great. This is Sideshow. This is not Hot Toys, which I was surprised. It's Sideshow doing it. I love the portrait on this. I think this is going to sell 1 billion of these. I love it. What do you guys
Can
think?
they do a Lydia to go with it? I would love a Lydia also.
I can't imagine them not, especially because the sequel's coming out.
Yeah.
I think this is a great time to strike. There's so many Winona Ryder fans. In general, even with like
I would
Wednesday
kill
and
for
everything else that's
Lydia.
come out. But yeah, this would be. I just think this is an awesome figure.
It
That's
looked
great.
good on the video when they
Yes,
had it in the studio or whatever.
I definitely get Keaton here, which is great. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely get Keaton. This looks great.
I like the choice of not molding the hair.
Mhm.
Yeah, doing
Because that kind of sells it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes it
Oh,
look
yeah.
crazier, wilder.
Yeah.
That's fun. That was another PCS. I think that's from Conan. So working on the sword. I always like the behind the scene photos. And this is also with the Conan, you can get either this base or the one I think you should get is this base.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
I don't know why you would choose one or the other, but I think this one is the one you should go with. Just in my personal opinion, because it looks awesome. But I thought it was cool. They're offering 2 different bases, probably 2 different price points. This was shown by Sideshow today. This is their new Superman next to the Dark Knight, which I thought they look great together.
It's a big piece.
Obviously, there has been some negative feedback, including myself. There were things about it that I didn't care for, especially the portrait. And this is sculpted by the incredible Brian Kucharik brothers. They always do such a great job. And I think that maybe they wanted to show it next to another piece just to give us an idea. I think that was pretty smart. What do you guys think?
it does look better next to the Batman. The flow of, I guess, the flow of the cape looks looks awesome to me in that picture.
Yeah, I'm probably in the minority. I'm okay with the portrait. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, the portrait doesn't bother me at all. I think it's a good statue.
Yeah, I love it. Looks cool.
We only have screen grabs because Sideshow hasn't really released very many photos yet. This is just from their video that they put out. So yeah, people either like it or they don't. Some people feel like the cape there's a little bit too much cape. But I think overall the aesthetic of the piece is really nice. It's got a nice flow to it. Obviously, it's very iconic. I like what they did with the base. To me, again, the only thing that I don't really care for is the face. But I'm not a Superman collector, so congratulations to anybody that's interested in this one.
I mean, it's not. Is that the cat?
Yep, that's the cat.
Yep.
I mean, it's not cover quality Superman. It's more like inside panel Superman portraits.
That's a great way of putting it, Eric. That's a great way of putting it.
Diplomatic.
Yeah. This gives you an idea of the size. This is on when they did their presentation with Amy here, and so it looks great. Though I do think it has a nice flow to it.
Yeah.
Speaking of flow, I love this. We had this.
It's awesome.
Yeah, our last show we had this teased, and I love the idea. I love the concept here. If I was a Spider-Man collector, this would definitely be in my collection. What do you guys think of it overall after the full reveal?
I love it. Yeah, like you said,
it's incredible.
I love the McFarlane style of it.
It's so great with all the villains. I would love to see, a Rogues Gallery version like this. It's kind of reminiscent of Batman Sanity by XM, featuring the different villains around Spider-Man. But I love the colors. It really pops. I just think it's one of the coolest premium formats that Sideshow's done in a while. I really like it.
It's like the polar opposite. I feel like it's the polar opposite for me of that Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
The Superman, I didn't like anything about it. It did not speak to me at all. This is like killer.
Yeah, this is what I mean. When you look at something like this, you're like, this is the best of what Sideshow is. Like this, when you have this kind of creativity, It's just so well done. So well done. Do you remember who sculpted this one? Was this Steve Lord? I'm trying to remember. I can't remember if any of you guys know.
They even put Ra's al Ghul on the base. Did you see that?
It does kind of look like him a little bit. Yeah.
Looks like him, right? Craven.
Yeah, it does.
You could chip that off and make a Ra's.
That's right.
Chris, you should buy that.
Maybe Green Goblin into Talia.
Yeah. I tried to make every sideshow statue in Italia, and I failed miserably. But I was pretty close on Psylocke, I think. Thanks to Eric. But yeah, that's cool. This is from Regal Robot. This one up for pre-order. I know CC was interested in getting this one. This is a really cool. This is a Wampa from Empire Strikes Back. I think it looks really great.
Yeah.
I thought that was a table full of mad Maltese dogs.
This is weird.
They were just like, all right, guys, growl at the camera.
That's right.
I thought it was a
these
Furby.
are very expensive. It's about $2,500 for the legacy with the signature. But I did like what they did. Obviously, you get the hand drawing also. But I love the snow effect. It looks really great with the beads of snow on it. This Regal Robot line is done very, very well. A lot of collectors absolutely love what they're doing. So anyway, that's a new piece. I threw this in. This is a new shirt from Roosevelt's. It goes up for pre-order tomorrow. I think I might be getting this one. I think it's really cool. It's the Jason Fabok 3 Jokers. Jeff, you're our resident Roosevelt guy. Are you getting any of the Batman shirts?
I ordered one. They had 3 yesterday, and there's another one I got a picture of. It's like tiny little different bat symbols in a pattern, like the different styles.
Did you get the black one yesterday?
I did not. I got the one that looked like the 66 Batman.
Okay. I was gonna say that's more of your style.
Yeah, the one with the like blueprints of the Batmobile was cool, but
I went to go I wear extra large, and I went to go get it, and it's already sold out.
This one?
No, the one that's black with the Batman.
Batmobile.
Yeah, the Batmobiles and stuff. Yeah.
They restocked the Haunted Mansion.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah, that's a great one. I'll have to check that.
All 4 of those were back this week. So if you want one of those, I would log in and snatch one, because those Haunted Mansion ones were gone in
I was gonna say
4
really
minutes.
Fast. Yeah, really fast.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll have to check that out. Thanks for letting us know, Jeff.
I wonder if Jason Fabok knows that that's.
Me too.
I don't know. I will ask him next. We'll ask him next show.
the Facebook page, people calling his name out and saying hopes he gets one.
Yeah, I was telling you guys in the chat, like I'm seeing his work everywhere, from like t-shirts at Hot Topic to magnets at Great Adventure in the Warner Brothers store. Every on coffee. I own coffee mugs with like the travel mugs with his artwork on it. His artwork is just everywhere. I've seen puzzles, like anything you can think of. It's on his work is on it.
Maybe they've licensed it out recently or something. Maybe.
Yeah.
But that'll make a great shirt.
Yeah, it's going to be
purple, black.
Yeah, it's going to look awesome. This is a new Betty Page. This is obviously Olivia's doing her second sculpt after Frankie Reborn, and this is the second one. This is the art print, though. I know a lot of people have kind of felt like this doesn't necessarily capture the look of her, like with her face. Do you still feel that way, Jeff?
I'm okay with the art print, but I'm not okay so far with the statue. I don't think it's capturing the portrait as well as the art print does. And I really wanted to. I would love to own the piece, but so far what Sideshow is showing us to me is lacking.
Well, and again, we've just seen kind of renders so far, like ZBrush renders, and so hopefully by the time all is said and done, they will,
it seems like a pretty official image on that coming soon page.
Well, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
Is that chair like part of her style? Because it looks like a red toilet bowl or something to me.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I think it's supposed to be kind of like a stiletto.
I
think.
see it now. Yeah, I see it a little bit. Okay.
But I don't know.
I don't see her face in this either.
No.
This makes me think of, Blade Runner.
Yeah,
The
Oh,
chick.
Sean Penn
Sean Young.
or Sean
Sean
Young.
Young.
That's what I meant.
Sean
Sorry, guys.
Penn. Yeah, her.
Yeah, I can see that.
Surfland.
I can see that a little bit. Did you know that she was supposed to be Catwoman?
I knew that.
Yeah.
She
Mhm.
showed up at Tim
Yep.
Burton's house with a whip.
That's right. I think she fell off a horse
Yeah.
and she got
Yeah.
hurt. Yep. Thank
Then
God.
she tried to come
I
back.
know, I was
and
like,
I think he
you
had
know-
to get a restraining order. against him.
Yeah, she
He
went
did.
crazy. But could you imagine not having Michelle Pfeiffer? Oh my God.
No, I
No.
cannot. I love Michelle Pfeiffer as
Yeah,
Catwoman.
she will forever be the best. Here's the Rogue and Gamut that Susan was referring to earlier. I'm assuming this is what the statue will look like, but this is just kind of a render of it. Maybe we'll
So
get an art
excited.
print as well, but kind of a cool way they teased it with just kind of like this quick drawing of it. I thought that was kind of neat.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I hope well, I'll wait till I see the statue, but just the idea of it. I like the couples that they do. So I'm really excited. I'll probably get it.
Me
I'm
too.
not
awesome.
gonna lie.
That's awesome.
Really cute.
Not getting it, but I like the couple thing. They did.
Yeah, say I like the couple ones. Yeah, it's just such a great concept. And I like that they've stuck with it. You know, they just didn't do one. They're doing a line, which is great.
Yeah.
This was another teaser from PCS. This is a crow. I don't know the scale. Maybe you guys do.
1/3.
Okay, so there's this in 1/3, and then this. You know, it's obviously got a swap out. So just an initial teaser from Aunt Adams. But I think this one will do really well too.
Yeah.
I think
I
it's
see how
pretty
I'm
cool.
Yeah, it'll be
Glad they
great.
included the guitar as an option as well.
That's awesome. That's really great.
Yeah. Wow.
I had to throw this in. This is the life-size Queen's, well, life-size quote unquote, but life-size T-Rex bust, which I jokingly considered to put it in the Batcave because I'm like, how do I not have this and a giant penny in here?
Saddle up on that.
But it's kind of cool to see it fully revealed here. It's massive. This was surprising to me. So I saw this from Blitzway. Do they do figures?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, I guess I just didn't know they did figures. So they're doing a new Voltron. But I guess I've been sleeping under a rock. I guess.
I think they did Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
Maybe somebody else.
But that's a statue, though. Like this is like a figure.
No,
figure.
They did a figure. Didn't they do? It was a Kurt Cobain figure.
Oh, maybe they did. I'm thinking of the one like with him on the studio playing the guitar.
Somebody else. But I thought that K.A. Kim did the Kurt Cobain.
Maybe
I
so.
seem to remember some pictures of her while she was working on it.
She is fantastic.
Are these separate, or does it really break down like that?
It really breaks down like that.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So
That's
it's
pretty
like
cool.
I mean it's like a legit toy, but it's
Oh.
done by Blitzway. So it's
Might need one.
I thought that was kind of neat. I just had not heard them do that before. So here's some in-hand photos from George Raw, our friend George. We got to hang out with him in New York a year ago. And so this is the Samurai Batwoman, which is crazy how fast they got her out, and they still don't have some of the other pieces, which again is very concerning to me. But I think she turned out really nice.
Looks good.
Yeah, she looks great.
like
Again,
the
thanks to George for the photos.
super dog in the background.
That's right. Yeah, I can say if you guys can see it back there. That's a nice flow to it. I love it.
That super dog is the
That's awesome.
just they captured that dog's soul. You know, that look on the face. It was just perfect.
Who did that one?
I have no idea.
I think it's a custom. But
Oh, is it?
I didn't realize it was that large. I've seen them before. I thought they were smaller though. I didn't realize
Yeah,
they were that
look
big.
how big it is. Yeah, it's nice.
I saw Ace the Bat Hound, probably the same company.
Okay. So anyway, Samurai, she has started to ship. I thought Dan was going to be on. Dan just got a new a piece this week. He got the flesh color Poison Ivy from Prime One. Congratulations to him.
I like how they put holes in the top of that box so she can breathe.
Yeah. That's the vines grow out of there. You see?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. These are some photos from Art Statue Collector of the Lobo.
That's cool.
I think he turned out really nice. This is from XM.
So he just got that Venom that we saw at MegaCon as well. That thing was huge.
Oh yeah, that big Venom. Yeah, that's crazy. Some in-hand photos of the Black Adam. I think this one turned out really good. Hot Toys.
Mm-hmm.
Great likeness. I love that.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's the pose. That's
Yeah,
the pose.
that's really cool. Yeah, if you can have that lightning bolt, that they got the people's eyebrow and everything. It looks great.
I mean, that, that face, you know it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even that Prime One piece, they got it.
Yeah, they nailed it. This is a teaser from Tweeterhead, and we've seen this render before. I think it's a little bit more finalized here, but Chad announced this week that Thundercats, this whole line is going to be available only at Tweeterhead.
Oh.
So I thought that was really interesting. So it's not going to be available anywhere other than tweeterhead.com.
Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah.
Good
And you
for
can
them.
see that they've teased some other ones in the background.
We used to have a cat named Panthro.
That's
Yeah.
Lino and Tigra.
I think that's right. I said Thundercats is after my time. I never got into Thundercats. So
I like Thundercats as a kid. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, me too.
These are some photos from the new J&D Studios. This is their 6-scale line. This is obviously the Bruce Wayne and Batman. I think it looks pretty decent. I still feel like you run into that same problem with the silicone.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell who it is, but it's just, to me, it's just still looks really off to me. Like, I don't know.
Tired.
I just
He looks like he needs to sleep,
Yeah.
which Batman probably does.
Yeah.
Yes, he does. That's a good point.
But I was super surprised that they did this molded hair.
He looks pretty good. Yeah, he does look a little aged though.
Yeah.
Their sculptors are so good that I just wish that they
Yeah.
would do polyresin. Like, they don't need to do this gimmick of the silicone, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think the sculpts are there. It's just whenever they turn it into silicone, it just loses it.
It gets
Yeah.
soft or something.
It looks
think
good
it's
right
Bruce
there. I think
or-
once you
yeah.
start zooming in, it gets worse.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that angle looks better.
That's decent right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, doing the sculpted hair was interesting. I wonder how they did that with silicone. Interesting. Logistics. They're also doing an armory as well.
Cool.
I threw these in. Somebody posted this week because I'm constantly trying to figure out what to do with the middle of my room. Did you guys see this? How they created these stands?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I thought they looked really good, and I thought about trying to do something similar for myself. But I love this. They have the drawers built in.
Yeah.
It's like
So
a
the swap out.
those.
Yeah.
it's like a ottoman or a coffee table, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd just be.
Because I mean, even if you took several of them together to make a big space, or then separate them,
Yeah.
so you're not
Yeah.
like married to one giant piece of furniture.
Right. So I would definitely consider doing something like this for my podiums because I do need to do something different. But I just thought that was really cool that he did that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's custom or not. You could find probably stuff like that, like on Wayfair or something. Just look up ottomans or like coffee tables.
Find me one, Eric. Find me one.
I used to have one in my old design like that. I had a little bit of a cushion on top. But I used to have one. It was in my old place
That's awesome.
with the drawers pulling out like that.
This one, the Batman. Crap! I forgot the name of it.
Gotham.
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 Yeah, thank you. Gotham by Gaslight. This one already went to waitlist, and so I did not order it. I have jumped on the wait list just in case, but
Super low edition size.
yeah, yes, it was.
Like what,
AK.
200? I think. Or
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was pretty low.
Yeah, either 3 or 350. I can't remember.
This was
AKA
from
Snoopy Batman. I'm sorry.
this was from a recent signing where Michael Keaton did a bunch of signatures. I thought this was really cool. Somebody posted that yesterday.
That's a cool cover. Yeah.
Great cover, and how great is it to have an autograph by him? That's awesome. Jim Lee recently did one as well, which I threw it in here because I just love the way that turned out. He literally just put like globbed ink down the paper and made that.
He did that in half an hour.
Yes,
I think
he did.
somebody won that in the stream, I believe.
Yeah, he did it. Yeah, he did it on his live stream. New piece from Prime One. We're getting to the end here. This is a quarter scale piece from Prime One, Lord of the Rings. We'll take a look at the likeness and see what you guys think of the likeness here. Got a couple there, like,
Yeah.
I feel like it's close, but not quite.
Yeah, they've done
Who's
better.
the actor?
It's Sean Bean.
Yeah, he's great.
Oh,
But
well,
yeah,
I was thinking that it was. I can't tell these Lord of the Rings people apart. You know, the Vito Mortensen.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
I was
it's
like,
not him.
no, it
it's
doesn't
Sean
really
Bean.
look like him.
they're similar. They have similar looks for sure.
I mean,
Yeah. They all
They
got
do.
the same hair, dude.
I'm
Yeah.
probably thinking that guy too.
But I thought some of the details looked nice, the chainmail and stuff. It
Yeah.
looked good.
Yeah.
I can see somebody not Vito Mortensen.
A couple more from PCS. These are some of their smaller scale ones that they've just announced. I don't know if this one's up for pre-order yet, but Sabretooth.
There's
And then
that
there's a variant.
X-Men 97 show is supposed to start streaming next month, so
I'm
sure we'll
excited
see
for
a
it.
lot of that style.
Yeah, that'll be.
Yeah.
It looks really
bust
good.
out.
It's PCS, right?
Yeah, PCS.
Yeah.
And these are their smaller ones.
I can see them starting to do this like in larger scale too.
And that is the end.
That Electra looks very interesting. That
Yeah.
I couldn't really tell what's going on the base. Is it like
I think
the
it's
agents
demons.
of the hands?
I think
Yeah.
there's at least one dead guy on there. You can
Yeah,
see his
it's-
horns sticking up.
It's the ones at
Yeah.
the bottom. Like that. The storytelling is so well
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
And
The
will
Electra's
there be
gonna
a
be awesome.
Daredevil with that?
Oh, for sure. I feel like there is. They always do a Daredevil with an Electra.
Because I mean
Yeah.
It's true.
the two of them together is probably going to elevate her.
Both of them. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I've been really proud of Sideshow lately because for a long time I think a lot of the bases were at some point in some way simplistic at times, where obviously the statue is the focus. But then like you look at like the Poison Ivy behind you, Jeff, or this new one, this Electra, I feel like they're really upping their game with being able to tell stories with the base and incorporating it into it without being too massive. I mean, that's been the big nitpick for Prime One. Obviously, I've got a ton of them and they take up a tremendous amount of room. And I like the bases. I mean, they do have a lot of storytelling elements, but I really have been impressed with Sideshow lately with what they've been doing with their bases. So,
Dazzler too has a cool base.
which one?
Dazzler.
Oh, yeah.
Dazzler looks great. I was
I love that.
surprised.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How do you think that one's done? Do you think it's sold very well? Like, again, like people ask for things like that, and then you wonder like if it's doing well or not.
That's a good
I don't
question.
know.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You know better than me on that.
No, I was just gonna say I think she's a lot of fun. So I actually, even if she doesn't sell that well in the pre-order, I think that she has longevity to her, especially if the rumor about who's playing her is true.
Yeah.
She'll pop off then.
I kind of wondered if that's why they released her when they did, because just that there's
smart.
been that. It's very smart. It's very smart. It is. It's very good marketing on their part. And again, if it does become a reality, who knows? I mean, Taylor cannot do anything wrong right now. So it's like,
she can't.
No. So
I'm
I
buying
would
5
love
of
to
them.
see that.
yeah, it'd be good. I think she'd be good for it too. So.
And I mean, that's just exactly the kind of thing I expect to see in that Deadpool movie.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Yeah.
I think the statue's going to sell well either way, and it's because of what Susan said. It's just really fun.
Yeah.
It's different.
It has that 1978, 1979
Totally.
moment.
They nailed it.
Everything
Yeah, I was
is
talking
right
to
there.
I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and I was like, I really think I'm gonna wind up pulling the trigger on it and getting her. And they're like, why? And I was like I always thought Dazzler was a joke, and I was like, that's kind of why I want her, because like even owning her in my collection would be kind of funny. Like,
Yeah.
and so I think that that's also part of the marketing. It's like, wouldn't it be funny to own Dazzler in your
Yeah.
collection?
And
Like-
and to find out that there was, if Geffen Records had not bottomed out,
right.
the whole Dazzler thing would, there was a singer to be hired. It was going to be her thing, and who knows? It could have been. She could have been a bigger character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But it just captures that Charlie's Angels look
Yeah.
moment.
And the feathered hair that
Yeah.
they did.
That's,
On
yeah.
It's so good. It's so well done.
I guess
will
we'll
say-
just,
I
go
will
ahead.
say
I was
one
just
thing,
say
though.
we'll have to stay tuned.
I will say one thing though, and Chris, you just talked about how you got to give Sideshow kudos. I also have to wonder though, we now have 3 pieces, quarter scale pieces over 30 inches tall. Superman, Green Lantern, and Dazzler. And that's creating havoc for some collectors for how they're going to display those pieces. I'm concerned that they're limiting their audience with that height. I mean, that Superman is going to be as tall as the LBS 1/3 scale Superman.
Oh wow.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's been a weird. Go ahead, Eric.
No, I said it's doing something new. I think the last premium format was like 27 inches tall, right? The one you have, you still have that one, the Superman?
The Brainiac
Yeah,
base, I think it's 26.
26.
Yeah.
Tall.
But the new one's 33.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a whole
Yeah.
half a foot taller.
Yeah.
But I mean, like we've said, like I do tip my hat that they are trying something new. They're offering some characters that they haven't done before, which is what everybody asked for.
Yeah.
It is a risk for them, obviously, to do so. But the way the statue community is buying right now, like it's I think that it's time for them to take risks, and so I'm really proud of them for doing that. But yeah, I agree that some of them have been questionably tall.
After going to Mega and seeing that the Dark Knight piece, the Frank Miller piece, how big that was, that when they had the that comparison photo that you showed, that Superman looked just as tall, and that's he was up to the lightning bolt just with his arm, not even
Right.
Yeah.
just with the figure, not even like the base or anything.
That's right.
Yeah. Did you see that picture of the Superman next to the Green Lantern?
I
No.
think maybe
They look pretty cool together. They both have the fist up in the air.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
They're equally 33 inches tall.
Well, I
Could
mean,
be
you
a
put
cool
all
line.
3 of them together, it's going to look pretty good, actually, together.
Yeah,
I mean,
they look really good.
maybe that was their vision all along, is to have something like that, or try to figure out something to complement the Dark Knight Returns. So what do you pair that with?
It does, though. It does emphasize how thick Superman's midsection is on that statue, because Green Lantern's is really thin, and it literally looks like Superman's midsection is half again as wide as Green Lantern.
He did not skip ab day.
No.
Yeah, did not skip it. So yeah. With that said, I think we're going to wrap it up, guys. I want to thank the panel here, Matt, Susan, Eric, and the Jeffs. Also want to wish Dan to get well as well. I also want to plug really quick, again, the next show. Join us, Jason Fabok and Jeff Johns. Again, as Jeff says, it's a really big deal, guys. So you're not going to big deal.
It's a huge deal.
That's right. Some big megastars in the comic book world and even movie world. Jeff Johns, produced Batman versus Superman and Suicide Squad and all of these incredible movies and stuff. So we're really excited to have them on and talk a little bit about the comic book industry, not just Ghost Machine, but just So bring your questions. They're going to be here to talk. They'll probably be here an hour or so. So again, definitely tune in on what did I say? March 6th.
March 6th.
Okay, yeah, March 6th. So thank you, guys. Thank you, Susan. And again, thanks everybody for watching. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Otherwise, have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you guys in the back cave. Good night, everybody. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye. See you next time.